But they know he doesn't have his gun, though.
Those two guys did,
but
they're now
super dead.
They're now
Your
dead.
partner did, though. Your partner knows.
Super dead.
Your partner's dead?
That was him.
Who?
The guy that tossed the axe over to you was one of those two guys that just got shot.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, that was the beat officer, and then that other guy.
Yep. So
I don't even know.
I was looking at the guy. I don't know what I was looking at.
It's hard to catch at first, but it is them.
Yeah,
because they called for backup, but never got it. So now there are two dead cops with your bullets in them.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Oh, look at that Max Payne.
Right?
Yeah, it's pretty Max Payne.
Add this grain effect. You got it, boss. How much grain effect?
It's the most cliche movie thing ever. Let's lean down, get some more water on the face. Paul Thomas does like a 10-minute bit about like how that's the most cliche thing ever.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. And like how like it would never happen in my apartment because I have a tiny apartment. Someone would have to be like right behind me.
Yeah.
Not only that, I think it was Jason Mantzoukas. I think it was something he said once that like it's a terrible movie cliche that like if someone's like stressed out, they go in the bathroom and splash cold water on their face. He's like, who fucking actually really does that?
Right.
Let's give ourselves some nice cold water on the face.
Like it's like he goes on this rant about it. It's hilarious.
Shot with your weapon, and you will be blamed for.
So he's basically setting this up that like you're gonna get blamed.
He's a friend of your father's.
I'll just tell them.
What? Tell them the truth.
Tell them the
I'm
truth.
your brother, your father's brother's
Sister's former roommate.
What does that make us?
Absolutely nothing.
Which is what you're going to be.
Open up, it's the police.
And maybe there's a reason why.
Why does he look slightly Asian?
Because he kind of does in this game. He just kind of does. It's really.
I'm not trying to be racist or anything.
No, it's really early era Xbox 360, so the models aren't great.
Yeah. What's weird is that Resident Evil, or not Resident Evil, Silent Hill 3 is on the PlayStation 2 and looks better than this game.
I wouldn't say it looks immensely better, but it does look a little bit better. Also, like Haunting Ground, like looks better than this.
Have you played Silent Hill 3?
I haven't,
because it is a way better looking game. It's that you're right. That and Haunting Ground are probably the best looking games on the PS2.
I'm trying to decide once I finally finish Dead Rising 3 if I'm gonna go and play Silent Hill 1 or might.
You should
wait a bit because.
Oh, I forgot. You do use you get through stuff with the shovel like this.
This is gonna sound really weird, but like there, and this wasn't intentional at first, but then it ended up becoming it because why the fuck not?
Right.
But like like in like around like October, and, like Halloween, like you want to play like some kind of like spoopy games and stuff like that because it's the time of the year.
Because it's the spoops.
Spoop time.
I've probably said this before in the videos, or you both probably already know this, that I really love the Yakuza series.
Yeah.
Well, I ordered Yakuza 1 a couple years back, and like I ordered like around the end of summer. No, not the end of summer. I ordered it around like August or September, and then it came in the mail, and it just sat there for like a month or two because I was in the middle of playing something else. And then when I finished whatever it was,
really quick, she partners with you for most of the game.
She still doesn't care. Like
she doesn't care that you're not with the FBI, so that's why you can still do like the detective-y stuff.
Yeah.
So just wanted to point that out. Go ahead.
So like I didn't really play Yakuza 1 until probably like around end of November, like December, and like without knowing anything about the game, it ended up I didn't realize that the game takes place during Christmas. So I'm like, well, this is weird.
Right.
It's not really a Christmas game, but like it takes place during Christmas. Just like how Gremlins you wouldn't think Gremlins is a Christmas movie, but it is because it takes place during Christmas.
Right.
So like I played Yakuza 1 around Christmas time, played through it around then, and then I really, after playing the first one, I'm like, man, I really want to play the second one. So like I couldn't find it anywhere that was like cheap, because Yakuza 2 is like one of the harder ones to find because it's like the best one.
Okay.
Sure.
So like around like, again, whatever, it was like around November or October, I found the second one at like an exchange or something.
Okay.
So I'm like, fuck it, I'm buying this, I'm gonna play
So
it.
wait, these
So again, I
photos were
played
processed
Yakuza 2
somewhere
around
within the
Christmas
station.
time again.
Sure.
So now, this is like the thing I do now. Every December, I just play Yakuza. So, and the thing was, it was like, after I played 2, it was like a couple months later, I found 3, and I'm like, I'm gonna play this, but I'm like, I can't, this is the thing, like, I can't, like, marathon games, like, I can't play, like, if I never played a series of games, I can't play them back to back, or else I'll get burnt out on them.
Sure.
Found that out real quick with God of War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, so I just waited till December and played Yakuza 3 again.
Nice.
So probably as soon as I'm done with Dead Rising 4, I'm going to play Yakuza 4. Dead Rising 3, I mean.
That's great.
So it's like, that's just like my thing now. Like it wasn't intentional, but I'm just like, it's just weird to how I ended up getting the first 2 games were around Christmas. Did he just hit that on the
Yeah,
dot?
these guys will fight each other. That's how fucking crazy they
So
are.
it's like Doom.
Yeah. What's really
Ram jamming.
I really like the fact that, like, there are certain things that, like, yeah, like, everybody wants to play horror games during Halloween and stuff like that, and obviously, as you can tell from all
Little
of
chippos, cheesy poofs.
all the games that we play here on the channel, we really love horror games, but, like, it's kind of fun. Like, I love that idea where it's like, oh, I played Yakuza the first time during Christmas time, and it had a Christmas theme a little bit.
You
in the
can
game.
open up to me.
Boo.
But I like the idea that it's like that's your thing now. Like,
Yeah.
every December you're like, hey, I'm gonna play Yakuza because I played it the first time. It had a holiday theme to it. I like it. I'm gonna keep playing that.
Although next year I'll probably take a little detour, because after I play 4, this December I'll probably just end up playing 1 early, because the next game in the series is Dark Souls.
Oh,
And it's the zombie one.
Yeah.
So I'll probably just play it for Halloween.
Yeah.
So when we were collecting evidence and shit, basically what happened is that you found a bunch of pictures of you in your apartment that someone was taking.
Yeah,
You
from
found-
earlier that they saw that little.
Yeah,
the guy in the
and
window.
and they
Peeping on
and
you.
you found like color fluid to like make color prints. So someone's been like keeping an eye on you. So you're trying to find where these photos were made.
Get it.
This is Thomas.
It's Van Horn.
Already breaking that window.
Listen and be quiet. Don't have home. The police are now searching, or more properly destroying your apartment. They seem to have no faith in your innocence.
But I am innocent.
I know that. You must prove that.
It was the one-armed man.
You have a special talent, a gift that
Do you have any reason to suspect you? Well, of course. I only have a prosthetic arm. I must have murdered his wife, right?
I must go now. Remain alert.
The Van
like
Horn
that-
character is kind of weird. He
Yeah,
reminds
he's
me of
super weird.
Loomis from
Yes,
Halloween.
he is totally fucking
Ooh,
Loomis.
Yeah.
He is absolutely Loomis.
I like that reference.
I
He was
love-
my favorite character in those.
Yeah, he was the only
movies.
character I gave a shit about in those games.
Oh, I'm crazy. Look how much of a flip-to-do I am. I'm gonna come fight you.
To your right.
Oh shit, right there. I blocked that shit, you asshole.
Dude, you are getting skunked.
God. Yeah, I'm not doing great at this game right now. I gotta get better. We'll do better, we'll do better, son.
Get some cola, some cold drinks.
RC Cola machine.
Hey, I like RC Cola.
I
I normally don't like cola, like Coke or Pepsi, just like straight, like Just straight regular.
Yeah, I'm not a big
pop flavored.
Yeah, I'm not a real big fan either.
Regular pop.
I like RC Cola. Coke, I think, is okay in fountain form,
Sure.
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Pepsi, I don't think I could get a good version of Pepsi. I'm not a fan of Pepsi.
If
I
I
like
have to-
cherry Pepsi,
Uh-huh.
but regular Pepsi bothers me.
I like cherry Coke
Cherry Coke's good.
and regular Pepsi. So,
It's the
we're the
opposite,
opposite. Because,
It's like Dr. Pepper in fountain form
yeah,
is the best.
it is. I actually, honestly, these days, now that a lot of places have it, and this is a weird conversation, but I love Mr. Pibb.
Mr. Pibb, yeah.
Mr. Pibb is a way better
Oh, was that
version.
Mr. Pibb?
No, that was Dr.
Oh, Fizzy
Cola with a K. Holy shit. And by the
Is
way,
that,
I
is that
don't...
the weird cult from that Rescue Rangers episode?
Fuck you!
You're welcome. Remember that?
Didn't they have the bottle caps on
Yes,
their...
they fucking
Yeah.
did.
Bring that up on screen.
How mad are you that I remembered that?
By the
Didn't
way...
they get, like, swept away in, like, a pop
Oh,
avalanche?
Yeah.
fuck! Guys with guns are the worst in this game.
And guys like have like fucking Superman punches like they're in MMA in this game.
It's like you're CM Punk
Yeah.
and everyone else.
And everyone else is way better than you.
Yeah.
I give the man props. He did the thing he said he was gonna do.
Yeah.
But boy did he get roughed.
By
We
the
were
way...
just talking about that, too.
Yeah.
So here's the other thing that I was gonna say. Apparently I read recently...
Is there health to your go back to your right? Now to your left. Look at the wall. Is there health?
Oh, there
grab.
is.
Yeah.
Thought I saw that out of the corner of my eye. Figured that might help.
Then apparently the last episode of Tailspin has only ever been aired once. Because it's basically about Baloo taking a package to a different country. And it turns out that it's a package with a bomb in it and someone's trying to take it to another country to spark a war.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah!
no, I remember
I didn't
that.
I didn't know about this because I've never seen it.
That's nuts.
And it's only ever aired like once. I think maybe twice. They aired it a second time on accident. But yeah, it's been on the DVD and that's it.
Wow. That's wild.
Did you ever see like the special? It was like a movie. It was like a TV special movie.
I'm sure
it was
we
like
did.
It was like 2 or 3 parts or whatever. And I remember it airing like around like Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And like I was over like my aunt's house and we were over there for Thanksgiving and it was on. Me and my cousin were watching it. It's kind of fucking depressing.
Really?
Because it's about his name's just Kid, right?
It's
like
Kit.
Kit. It was like about
Kit.
him. It was like about him and like his backstory or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And it's fucking depressing. Like it's about his parents or like how he grew up.
Oh.
And like how he like ended up like hanging out with like how he ended up hooking up with like hanging out with Baloo.
Right.
Like it's fucked up. From what I can remember.
That's the way you know whenever the metal pieces are around. There's a bunch of eyes everywhere.
Mr. Eye Misters.
Yeah. But the other thing about Tailspin is that the Game Gear game has like I
just saw that somewhere.
Yeah, the platforming sections are like kind of like try to be the Genesis version, and it's just like poorly done. But there are like in between levels that are like shoot 'em up.
Yeah.
Which are like the fucking best.
The
Wait, you
shmup
can't
side.
go through that door?
No, I don't think so.
I would just
Check it just in case. There's no handle on it, but yeah.
Yeah.
I think
gotta
like
take
as
this-
shit as the NES version was, because it wasn't nothing like the Nintendo. I mean the Super Nintendo or Genesis versions.
Mm-hmm.
It was really cool. It was a lot like Sky Kid. Like it reminded me of like Sky Kid, but like a little like with a little bit of a change. But it wasn't bad. It wasn't great, but it wasn't like terrible. Plus, that's the only version I ever played until like probably a couple years ago. So like that was all I knew.
Right. Now, what's nice about the sledgehammer is it's really slow, so it's kind of hard to block with. But when you hit a guy, they fucking go down hard.
I can see that.
You fuck dudes up with the sledgehammer.
I was gonna say, is there someone behind you?
There is, and he's dead.
Because you're distracted
And
by the
there's an
hand.
arm.
I was gonna say, just fucking use it.
It's so good. I love it. It's the dumbest weapon ever.
We haven't gotten to my favorite weapon in the game yet, so
Which one's that?
that's the paper cutter.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that shit.
Because that's the only other than obscure, that's the closest I'll ever get. That lives out my fantasy of like there being a faculty game. 'Cause,
Right.
like, that one scene where they fight Jon Stewart's character.
Right.
It's the best thing ever.
With the paper cutter.
By the way, that is the whole reason I love that movie. Is that scene.
Where
If you close doors behind you, like that doesn't like stop people
I
from
don't.
coming in.
I guess you can't close doors. I never even realized.
Yeah, I just saw that prompt now. So I figured I'd ask.
I just never think about it.
Thomas speaking.
Ethan, it's Van Horn.
But I don't think it would matter anyway, because it seemed like that one area was triggered to like you have to kill everyone around you. To,
Right,
like,
yeah.
evade, so I guess it really doesn't matter.
Your potential.
My potential?
Yes. You've become an excellent investigator.
Yeah, sure. That's what you're talking about. There's clearly nothing else shady going on in this whole thing. So.
Find that you are capable of seeing so much more.
Again with the
And
instincts.
it's a graphical limitation and the lighting and everything.
he looks like he has witch hands.
Yeah, I was gonna say he has the dirtiest of fingernails.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty
He looks
much.
like he has spooky witch hands.
I will say we are playing this on the Xbox One, but this is backwards. Or we are playing this on the 360, so you can get a gun out of there. Is what that's for.
Oh, okay.
But you can play this on the Xbox One. It is backwards compatible, and playing it on the Xbox One is a little nicer just because it's a little sharper, it's a little crisper. But
I've noticed that, yeah, because I played Left 4 Dead, I think 1 or 2 on the Xbox One. It looks better. Not a lot, not by a lot, but it does.
Yeah.
Well, does it? Because this right now I believe we're in 1080p for this. Does it upscale it? Like, does it?
I believe it does. Yeah,
Does it
I think it
upscale
upscales it, and I think it just makes it a little bit sharper.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to look that up. and
It's
see.
like the PS4, Xbox One versions of Dead Rising 1.
Oh, okay.
Dead Rising 1 and 2, like that's
Yeah.
what it looks like.
What the fuck?
He came from exactly where you were looking. You just didn't look at the right time.
Oh, two
Yep.
buttons.
Also, that big guy did the backswing and hit that other dude in the face.
Yep. He keeps doing it, and he keeps like dropping his weapon.
Because they both want to hit each other. Because they both.
Punch.
What's the matter with his eyes, Bird?
I don't know. Maybe
He's injected the marijuana into his scrotum.
this way.
Once you get to the part of the game where the whole game flips on its head, that's when you're like, what the fuck? Because I had actually watched Bird play this, let me think, before I played Silent Hill for the first time, and I was very, very confused.
Yeah, it's got some. The nice thing about this game is that yes, it's got a nice detective element. It's got good melee combat, and it's got weird, survival horror Silent Hill type elements to it, where it's just like stuff gets really crazy and it's really bizarre. But those elements are they're there, but they're always kind of, especially in this one, they're kind of not. That's not the focus. The focus is like, oh, you're this guy. You have to clear your name. There's good melee combat.
Behind you.
Oh, yeah, he's in here. I remember this part. Because he just, like, fucking face out.
He tried to hit, and he just fucking freaked out, got stuck.
He's like, fuck this.
Get the fuck out of here.
I don't know.
Boom.
I mean, I don't know how else they could do it, but I don't know how I feel about just the generic like crackhead enemy, like the.
It changes.
Just like
like
the
it's not
druggy-
There, yeah, stuff does change.
Like this feels like and I had mentioned this earlier, like it like fear
Yeah.
how in Fear it was just like generic like army guys, but they were just being controlled by your
Right.
ghost baby.
sister lady.
Like I think it's worse in that, but like in here I feel like it could have been a little bit better.
The reason why people are just always angry and kind of just crazy does get explained. There is an explanation behind it. It's not just they're always
It's actually part of the game too.
Okay,
like
so
it's not
it's
just
a good explanation.
It's not like Deadly Premonition where it's like fart gas.
We just added it in because
Right.
No.
There's a legit
There's a reason.
explanation.
There's a story reason behind it.
Okay.
It will get explained.
okay. Because right now I'm just like, meh.
Yeah, I can understand. I can understand.
Ooh, I thought that thing was
believe
like
me.
just floating there.
It's also like this is also only the second level.
No, I know.
And as you get further, yeah.
Ram jamming. Snap. Snap into a Slim Jim.
I tried to do, but he was getting up.
Yeah, like early on, it's kind of, I wouldn't say tedious, but like you're fighting a lot of the same guys. Like you've been fighting that guy that looks like Chamber from Generation X
Yeah.
for like the past 10 minutes.
He does fucking look like Chamber.
So yeah, I mean, some of the enemies are kind of
We'll follow that
bland,
clue.
but like each level they get a little bit different, and you start doing different stuff. The game changes.
Right.
It's just kind of you haven't got to the real like
No, I know.
spoopy shit yet.
I know it's early in the game.
Yeah.
But it's just like I was just hoping that there's some kind of change in like an enemy variant, or at least explaining the enemies, because then it'll just end up being, like I said, it'll end up being like Fear or fucking I don't know what else I can really explain. I'm trying to think of like an early game like this to like compare it to. Besides that,
Yeah, I mean Fear is a good example, because I remember when Fear 2 first came out on Steam, and I was like, man, I should really get Fear. That I could play that game. Like that seems like a really cool game. I like scary games and whatever. And then like that was whatever 2007 or 2006 or whatever, and I just was reading all these reviews online, and it's just like you fight the same guys for the entire game.
yeah, that's like
And like it's got good shooting elements, and like the gameplay is fun, but when you're just fighting the same enemy the whole fucking time, it's
not even that. Like, I mean, that is a bad part, but it just like seemed boring to me. Like, I got it. Like, I forget what else we played around that time that was just like that would justify me buying that game. I think it was like some other horror, like first-person horror game.
Sure.
That like me and Arlie played. And I'm like, I'll buy Fear. We'll probably like that. It's like
Sure.
a spoopy game, and like we played it for a while, and it was just like, I don't.
Eh.
I'm not getting interested in this game
I think,
at all.
for me personally, I think Fear was more about jump scares than it was about actually being a scary game.
And there was like the jump scares weren't even that great.
No.
Like there was like
It was just
it
like,
does
oh.
slow down thing where it's like, oh, there's
Oh, where
something
you do, like,
spooky
bullet
coming
time,
across
yeah.
camera.
yeah, no.
We
fuck
get
that.
spooked.
Here comes Alma for no reason.
Yeah, really.
And I heard like
I get it, the ring.
and I heard I think like I forget where I read it where it was like, "Oh, but the third one is good." Yeah, but then that means I have to go through the whole first two games. If I really wanted to, you know?
I forgot when you die, it's just like you're dead instantly.
Yep, it just like
There's no
freeze.
animation.
It
It's
just
you're
freeze
dead.
frames and that's it.
That dead bird thing.
Bodies of dead birds now literally shriek. Hard hit areas will report thousands of bodies. Like, so it slowly explains, like, hey, there's fucking dead birds everywhere. Like, we're trying to figure out what's going on.
Some
And that's kind of like,
shit's fucked right now, and we're not
yeah,
sure
it's kind of
why.
like people are going nuts. Like, there's dead birds everywhere. Like, shit's fucked. Like, what is going on? We have no idea.
That dead bird on the loading screen just made me think of like it looks like the
Slam. We're going for Slam Jam.
come on and slam, it's time to jam. It looks
I like how you said it and then just immediately transitioned back to what you were
Yeah,
saying.
it looks like the Silence of the Lambs like movie poster.
Yeah,
Like that.
I could see that.
I don't know why it made me think of it.
Oh,
Ooh,
shit.
There's a druggy mister by here.
does this code say?
I thought that said FBI.
So did I. That's why
I
I
looked
was. That's why I was trying to figure out what it was exactly. Hey, don't go back there.
Why?
Because I'm pretty sure isn't that an ambush thing?
Oh,
I thought he was trying to lead you back there.
I don't think the AI is that smart. In this
It
game.
is.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It does.
sometimes.
It does it a couple of times later. That's why I was like, "Hey, man, I'm gonna do that." There's also a health right there.
Yes.
Grab a health. Make it 2.
So that's the only time you ever find health. It's like never lying around. It's just always in a health.
No, yeah, it's not lying
on the
around
wall.
like that.
It's always in like first aid kits and stuff on the wall.
Oh, okay.
Fuck you, man.
That seems more believable.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that took off so much health.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I fucking did. Okay, so I'm gonna open this.
Hopefully there's something good in there. Like
Oh, there's
health.
health.
Thank God that's there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, and because of the pure mechanics of this game, I understand why it doesn't work. But the way that enemies attack you in this game, it's almost as if it would benefit from being a third-person game.
Kind of.
Now, obviously, with the mechanics of parrying and all that stuff, you can't. That's kind of hard to do with the way that this game in particular is set up. But beep, brr, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's the Ripple TV, I guess. Yeah, I kind of agree with you there.
Because like one of the game's faults for me is that like, and it does get brighter later, but like right now, like all you can see is the cone of your flashlight. So
Yeah.
when you start to get in areas where there's guys just spawning in behind you, you don't really get any kind of indication like, hey, there might be a guy behind you. Like you don't get a lot of contextual information.
I don't remember if there's any reason to be down here.
I have no
I feel
idea.
like there probably is. If they're, I mean, they wouldn't put it.
Not necessarily. I don't remember, to be honest. Maybe a dead bird, but I honestly.
Yeah, there's another ladder.
Oh, you know what? I think it gets you around if you don't pick up the axe right away. I think it
Okay.
brings you out to
Okay, so you've already.
brings you into okay.
All right
I
then.
gotta find the elevator. I think. Yeah, I gotta find the elevator.
Find the way forward.
Okay, that's where the guy with the axe was. Came through here. Opened that. Okay, hold on. I'm figuring it out.
Do it.
Do the thing, guy.
There it
Oh,
is.
there it is. I'm also gonna go back a
Right.
little bit. Oh, that was okay. That was the door that I opened that had the TV. Okay, so yeah, I can go. I can go now.
There you go. So you had to do like your little detective thing on the door, like on the button for the elevator. What did that tell us?
Tells you where the killer, where
Like
the
what
person
direction he
was
was
going.
headed in?
Yeah. Plus, I think it said there's like a partial print there,
Oh, okay.
so you couldn't get a full print, so you don't exactly know who it is. but-
You're doing it wrong, Bird. You should be looking at the ceiling. There you go. So that's the way that.
Actually, if you're playing Left 4 Dead, you're doing this.
Yeah,
I don't know if I've ever told that story, but
that's what you do.
it's what you do in Left 4 Dead. You're in an elevator, you look at the ceiling.
Oh,
That one wasn't. He's not dead yet.
It's got the. Just taking the bones out, it wouldn't be crunchy then, wouldn't it? Would it?
You can't hold on to those either,
No.
which sucks.
Yeah, because I could totally use that one. Fuck.
the fuck is that?
That a man pushed that over.
Yeah.
A mister, a
I'm
fella.
a spooky mister.
Oh, I love crystal meth and bath salts.